Hello, and thanks for joining us on the podcast that discusses all things gaming. Coming to you from the home of Gen Con and the gaming capital of the world, this is The Established Facts.
All right, can we give Tracy?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Tracy,
what would you like to do, guys?
Tell us about it. What do we need to answer?
Give us a brief description on what we are getting ourselves into.
I think we know what we bought.
Sojourner Tales is a storytelling board game. Laura and I have always loved board games, and we wanted to marry the concept of that with the convenience of ebooks, EPUBs, and PDFs, for that matter. And so we came up with Sojourner Tales. We loved the idea of the pick-a-path adventures, the choose-your-own adventures. And we also wanted a game that you could play with people who are not gamers, friends and family who were not into the whole gaming scene and the complicated games. We wanted something simple, something that would play quickly, and something that would express the storytelling ideals that we like. So we created Sojourner Tales. Sojourner Tales plays in about 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the number of players that you have. We have variation in the rules to make sure that it stays down within that size, and it really can reflect any kind of story. It comes with a fantasy story that we've written for it. But I also, for example, I wrote a story for my family reunion. And we played a game for my family reunion about one of my ancestors. We also wrote a Christmas story called To All a Good Night. And it's about Santa Claus trying to figure out the best way to fly his sleigh. Pigs and dragons being among the contenders.
Of course.
So, and I really enjoyed doing that because I wrote that entirely in verse.
Really?
Yeah. So, I'm working on we also, at this convention, we're doing a thing called Pick-a-Path Musical, which
this is the second year in a row for you guys.
Yeah, we're doing it again this year. But I've converted it into a Sojourner Tale.
Oh, of course.
So people, when we're finished with the convention and have bought the game, sometime later next week, they'll be able to download the Pick-a-Path musical and play it as a Sojourner Tales game, and that's a wonderful story. It's about a newbie coming to a convention and finding true love. Ish. Yeah.
Is that the one that your daughter helped you with?
Yes, my daughter wrote like 16 songs for this, and in fact, you'll be able to buy the music and play it during the game.
She give you a good price?
Yeah. It's my family, and yes, she did. Let's see. Help me out here before I kill myself.
Yes, let's not do that. You do have a.
So let's go ahead and open like the first one here at the convention. Oh, I broke it. No, wait a minute.
I guess who better to break it than its creator?
That's quite true. Did I mention this was your copy?
By the author. Who better to replace it than the creator?
I think the value just doubled.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty broken,
Pretty broken.
This was manufactured by Panda Games Manufacturing. I really like them. Working with them has been an absolute joy, and I recommend them to anybody. The finished box has got this really lovely satin finish to it, and the components turned out just beautifully. So here's our rules book. This is the first adventure, Knight's Wages, in paper form, but you can also download it for the Kindles, but it's much better that way. This is our lead player and Tolkien here. That's what the
thing we're going to replace.
we're going to replace immediately. Exactly. With the thing you're going to buy from me before you leave. Here's the player displays. Here, there's 6 of those. It's a 2 to 6 player game. Yes, the smell of a new game.
New game smell.
Here's the board. This is again the nice satin finish.
Oh, I like these cards.
Yeah, very nice delivery cards. And I thought the board turned out particularly nicely.
It really did.
Comes as and yes, I'm a gamer from way back, and so yes, I put lots of little plastic bags. Yay! So you can do that properly. We have our dice, are specialized dice that we did as part of the Kickstarter. It was one of the goals in the Kickstarter. They're basic 1 to 6 dice, but they have different symbols on them, specifically designed for more complicated games. So if a designer, for example, wants to just do a basic game, they can just do the 1 to 6 rolls. If they want to do something like combat and with complex structure in it, the symbols are designed so that they can do the game with more complex rules.
Oh, looks like it works.
Yeah, totally.
Does it roll
The
properly?
die actually rolls. Yeah, that's good.
It's not weighted or anything. Right?
But it
We
did come up with a
initially,
6.
Went with
There's some big old meeples.
big old meeples here because I wanted something with a little heft to them on the board.
Or for when you're throwing them at another player.
Or for throwing it at other players.
Yeah.
You ruined my story.
That's where that big metal D20 I gave you a couple years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's really paying off. Exactly.
I want to be able to create this much cheaper and make people pay for it.
And then we have these are the story discs on the board. We need to separate these out actually into their different colors.
I choose you, Pikachu.
There's that's kind of fun. Yeah. Originally, when we designed the game, this is an example actually of the process we went through with Panda. Originally, all of these discs were supposed to be black discs with the color spots on the other side. And when they sent us the initial tests, sample discs, when they sent us the sample discs, the black discs we discovered absolutely vanished into the board. You couldn't see them very well. And the colors, the spot colors on all of the discs were were the wrong color. They were kind of a pastel, and so it just didn't work very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these down to put an extra one in here. Actually, we're going to take these down to 5. How many people are going to play this thing tonight? That's the question.
Well, we probably won't have 12, but I'm sure that my wife would definitely love to play.
I'm just watching very
Oh, okay.
closely.
Let's do 4. It's a little easier that way.
Yeah,
So
okay. That way
let's.
we don't have a really, really long game.
All right. Well,
Well, we are going to have a really
no,
Well.
that's okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
okay.
Come on over.
Tracy, who was that?
Panda.
Panda Game Manufacturing. They're going to be here at the convention. Like I said, I recommend them to anybody. They not only did they step me through the process beautifully, but they helped me through every problem along the way. They were absolutely super to work with.
I'll call green.
Give the man green. Now the question I have for you right now is, which game do you want to play? I've got the game that comes. Well, I mean, which story do you want to play?
I saw you looking at
That time of night.
He's a comedian. He's got jokes.
I'm terrible.
I have 3 in my Kindle here. I have A Night's Wages, which is the game that comes with it. I have And to All a Good Night, which is the Christmas story. And I also have my family reunion game.
Reunion game.
Are we gonna be clueless, or are we still able to play it?
I can't really answer that question. That's entirely up to you. We're going to leave you clueless
How about the rest of the group selects it for us?
Yeah, the rest. What do you want her to play?
Family reunion game.
Oh yeah, family reunion game. Trust me, this is not. Oh yes, never mind. Now, please understand that this is about an ancestor of mine that is notorious. And I was confronted with how I was going to create a family reunion game about a guy who was really kind of shady. Anyway.
Definitely family reunion game, man.
Okay, so this is where we start. We've got all of this, of course, shuffled beautifully, have we not?
Yeah,
Okay.
except this. This I wasn't sure if it needed to be
No, don't
shuffled or
shuffle
not.
that. That would be a really stupid thing to do.
Okay, because they're totally not in the right order.
Oh, that's quite all
That's
right.
my fault.
That's what, ooh, I'm enjoying looking at them though. So yeah, we have these cards that go on the. We have the cards that go here on the. Okay, there.
Looks like our colors for this game are going to be black, red, green, and yellow.
Yeah, no, green, yellow, blue, and red.
Okay.
Yeah, black
Green,
and
red,
white were
blue,
put
and
up.
red. Oh, I see. Green, yellow, blue, and red. Those are the ones that are out there.
Oddly enough, yes, they are. We're going to put them in the middle here. We've got 5 each, which is a good game
Okay.
size. Everybody take one out of their own color, though. One
Take
disc
one.
of their own color.
Green for you.
Everybody needs a display that's underneath the rules there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right.
I had to check to make sure it wasn't my wife coming to take me home. Green.
Thank you.
Okay,
you.
there we go.
Anti-blast?
Do we need our meeple for the board? Is that what this?
You will hang on to that for just a second.
Okay. Meeple. Make sure the meeple gets
That's
passed
actually going
along.
to do. Not
Sanctioned meeting over here.
It is.
Actually sanctioned by hotel staff, so long as we put everything back.
Okay, this is Sojourner Tales. So, the way we're going to start is we're going to take the discs that are here in the middle, put the display in front of you, and put that first disc on number 1 because we're going to do short game.
Okay.
Okay, and that's how you do short game. You should take the first disc and put it down. And yeah, because we have the cool disc, we're going to actually use it in the game.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so
I think I'm
first thing we
winning.
do is we turn all of the discs face down that are on the board. You're so obedient. You put it on your display. You put it up. Okay, mix them up. Well done. But still on the board would be good. Okay, and then push them out to these circles on the outside. Oh, except for that one.
I'm failing at this.
You are.
That is pretty sad, really.
Josh did the Gangnam style.
Considering all you're doing is putting chips into little
I
circles.
know how we're going to play the game. I don't know. It's okay.
Okay.
So we have the other one.
Then I would. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
So where's the fourth one?
All right. Everybody, put your meeple in the middle.
Meeple in the middle.
Okay. I will explain the rules because it's so complicated.
I bet.
Well, I mean,
Every turn consists of 2 parts. There is a movement part, which is the red part here, and there's a story part, which is the green on the back side.
It's conveniently on the cards.
Oddly enough, it's conveniently on the card so that you can see the turn sequence. During movement, each person rolls a die, beginning with the lead player. You then move your token, your meeple here, according to the die roll that you have on one die. The movement goes down these lines here on the board, from the middle radiating out to the edge, or along the edge between the circles. On the corners here are locations. They have their own rules. But the movement is that you can move, you generally will move in a clockwise direction. You can only move in the direction of the arrows here. So generally you move clockwise. The only exception is from the middle to the outside or from the outside to the middle. You can move in either direction down one of these lines as long as you don't move down the same line twice. Also, these these diamonds here, you may only move over 3 of those in a single turn. Other than that, movement's pretty open. If you can, for example, if I rolled a 6, you could go 1, 2, 3, skip any of the outsides that are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of those are legitimate moves.
Okay.
Okay?
Really a lot of flexibility.
There's a lot of flexibility of movement. In addition to that, if this person, for example, gets a move of 4, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, if there's another person that's on that disc, you have to duel them for that space. You just roll off against each other. Whoever has the higher roll chooses which one of you moves off that space.
Oh, wow.
And whoever moves off the space may choose to move 1 or 2 spaces off the space.
Still skipping empty.
Still skipping empty ones, although you can't move to the middle or take a shortcut on those moves.
And only moving forward.
And only moving forward. So, and when you land on a space, you turn it over. Well, if red lands on green here, and green wins, green wants to stay. So they would tell the other person to move off. If red wins, they can choose whether they stay or green stays. If green stays, they know that they're going to pick up their disc, which is an advantage to them. If they move green off, that is hard on green. But on the other hand, if red's trying to find red spaces, they might want to move ahead and turn something over on the chance to land on their own color.
So this is a competitive storytelling game. To an extent.
Yes, to an extent. Well, sort of.
Sort of, okay. It's at least competitive.
The thing is that the rules are created, the board rules are created in such a way that most of the play takes place in the book,
Okay.
in the electronics. And so you can designate rules in the download section that change it from a competitive game to a cooperative
Oh,
game.
okay. Very cool.
Okay. So that's pretty much movement. You move and then you turn the disc over. Once everyone has moved, okay, then we turn the lead player disc over and we do story. Starting with lead player, if you're on your own color, you pick it up. If you're on somebody else's color, sad day, nothing happens. If you pick up your color, you check to see where you are relative to story. Oh, I have to bust something out. Where's our punchy board thing?
Right here.
Oh, excellent.
All of them right here.
We're going to need scene and chapter marker here.
I have a real quick question.
Yeah.
After you flipped over a token, does it stay flipped over?
It does.
Okay.
And after a token is taken off the board, that means the board starts to get smaller.
Being down, yeah.
Exactly.
Almost flipped over. That one?
Yeah.
And which one over here?
That one. But go ahead and leave them. It's going to be fun.
He was just sort of sorting them out.
Well, all right. Fairness has asserted itself
Sure,
here.
I guess.
I appreciate that, Dragon.
It's the chaos moment.
Okay. So we're going to start short game here, and I'm going to help with that. Everybody roll a die. It's just easier that way. Here, everybody have one. High roll is 6 is good. Okay, you start.
That's right, I started.
That's right. They're going to make you just lead player just because. Okay, now I get to read. And according to this, I'm supposed to read this like one of those kind of country narrator voices from an old Disney nature film. Now you've probably heard of William Adams Hickman, Wild Bill as we know him. There have been a few tales told about him, and this here story is not just true, it's better than true. Seems that Wild Bill and his friend Porter Rockwell decided to come out of Wyoming and visit John D. Lee. Now, John D. Lee had been that feller that baptized Wild Bill, and Porter Rockwell wanted to prove to John that the deed had stuck. So the two men came down the Colorado River toward Lee's Ferry. Porter Rockwell got to bragging about the biggest buffalo he had seen on the plains coming west. An enormous, ornery, cantankerous monster the natives called Luwop. Wild Bill said he weren't impressed and that he bet he could knock this Luwop on its ear if he ever saw him. Porter Rockwell took that bet on the spot, seeing as how this same Luwop buffalo had been seen charging around the Vermilion Cliffs down to Colorado. So they shook on it, and Wild Bill headed into Red Rock Canyons after the varmint. So how do you think old Wild Bill set out to knock over this Luwop buffalo and win his bet with Orrin Porter Rockwell? Roll to move.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go here.
Okay, turned over. Not yours. That's tough.
You're a yeller.
Next. You yeller. Yeller.
Hey, he's got.
Oh, hey, yeah, man.
Roll off.
That's right. Roll off.
It's a tie.
No, wait a minute. There's a rule for this.
Oh,
It says that whoever moved onto it gets to decide who stays if they tie.
That would be you, Derek.
I guess
Derek
you
is
moved,
waving
yeah.
goodbye to Ragaar.
So I can move.
2 ahead.
That's where I was going.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's still not helping.
Thanks, Ragaar, for showing us all of our spots.
A
Exactly.
green spot has now flipped over.
Now,
Oh, wait. Oh, you're red. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
now on the board, it
There
has
you go.
in the corner spots A, B, C, and D spaces.
Yeah, those are locations that they have different rules for what happens there if you stay there.
But you don't necessarily have to start at A. You can start at
No, you can
D.
go any old where.
Okay.
Your move.
That is correct.
What have you all done to this board?
No, but green's over there if you can reach him.
That's two.
And why,
I'll
yes,
take
I
it.
believe you can.
Down and over.
Take it.
Roll off.
Roll off.
1 versus
6.
Don gets a 6.
Two.
Goodbye, Ragaar. Remember, you can move. You can move 2
Everybody's
squares.
color but your own.
So far, you've been moving 1
Okay.
square each time.
Turn that over. Now, because we're doing short game,
It is now story time.
it is now story time. We look at the chapter marker here, and the chapter marker's on 1. You have chapter marker 1, and you're the first one supposedly to be there. So we're going to do what's called an epic story event. And that's chapter markers 1.
I feel like that should have like some sort of announcement, like chapter story event.
Scene
We have
1, 'cause
the
it's right
technology.
in- Pick
that
a 1
can
to 3.
A 1 to 3?
1 to 3.
I will do a 1. It's worked out well for me so far.
Wild Bill started off through the Vermilion Cliffs, canyons with rock as red as rust, buttes that towered into the blue sky, and the raging Colorado River cutting through it all. He got to puzzling on the problem of this Luwak buffalo. So Wild Bill decides to, A, see if John D. Lee can help you win this bet, or B, ask Jacob Hamlin what he knows about giant buffaloes. Or C, just get the biggest gun you own and hunt that critter down.
Clearly C.
Clearly C.
Don't forget to put your finger
if player
in the
chooses
page.
C, chapter marker goes to 2. Scene marker goes to 4. You get to draw 2 destiny cards. And that's a good thing to do.
So the 3 sets of cards: Tails, Twisted, Destiny.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference? What
Destiny cards act very much like power-up cards. They're things that can add to your die rolls. Sometimes they're bad stuff. You don't want to do that. Okay. The Twisted and the Tails cards we are about to get to.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay. So next is yellow. You pick up yours.
Okay. Putting it on 2.
Uh-huh. And we check. Chapter marker is 2. You have 2 chapter markers, so we do a
Epic
epic story event.
See how awesome that is?
I'm gonna put that in the rules.
At least it's a house
Chapter
rule.
is 2. Scene is
We're
4.
gonna get the Tracy Hickman soundboard for 5 minutes.
Pick one of
Let's do
Take my money.
3.
She can pre-order it through his system.
That's right.
Wild Bill set off into the Vermilion Cliffs on his own, figuring that he could face this critter on his own without anybody's help. As he traveled down the trail, he began to thinking. And what amazing insight do you think he had on the trail? A, that that there was no creature, or being alive that was more hard-headed than he was, including this here buffalo. Or B, that he really did need more than a big gun. He needed a way to aim it.
B.
Scene marker is 3. Chapter marker is 3. and two chaos cards. So what you do then is that is a chaos card, chaos symbol. So you take that and keep it.
It's a destiny card flipped over until you see a red cross-ish.
Yeah. And this is not a chaos card, and it's a good thing. That's a bad card, but since you're only drawing the chaos cards, you get to skip it.
Fantastic.
And that's another chaos card.
Okay.
That we'll discard.
It's like it's a choose your own adventure board game.
It is. This is gonna.
I'm
this is
digging
gonna absorb
it.
So
I'm
much time.
digging it so far.
Your turn.
I
Red.
did not land on my color,
So you may pick up one destiny card if you choose.
I shall.
Okay. And green.
I will take that.
You will take that. Now, the thing is, how many chapters do you have?
I have 2.
And the current chapter is 3.
3.
Which means that instead of doing an epic story event, you do a twisted tale.
All right.
You take 2 twisted cards, put them here on your display, one on top of the other. You can choose which goes on top and which goes on the bottom. Here and here,
Okay.
like that. Then you take a tails card and you set it in between them in the middle, like that. What does it say?
A trifling treachery of wondrous import.
Ah, so this is, you add these together, which is 2. Go ahead and roll that for me.
1.
Okay, so it's 3. We add them together. So,
Okay.
twisted tails, 0, 3. Treachery, huh? Some federal soldiers from Johnson's army are snooping around Lee's Ferry looking for signs that you were there.
Uh-oh.
Do you have more than 3 chapter discs?
I do not.
Good thing. You can ignore this. Otherwise,
right.
they're going to take you to jail. It's going to be horrible. Now, we've come back to the lead player, which is the end of the turn. The person with the most chapter discs
Is now lead
is
player.
now lead player.
And we have a
We'll
tie.
have time.
That then becomes the person who last moved. So that is you.
All right.
And now you start.
Go get him.
4.
4.
Don with the big
Just
4.
move me around to C, please.
Okay, your move.
Keep it on the table here. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay.
Hey, you're very good at that. Okay.
Evidently.
All right. Yellow's move.
2.
Oh, you got to move
You gotta
that
go
way.
backwards.
Okay.
1, 2. Okay.
I will use Destiny card.
Okay.
I add 1 to my movement.
Perfect. Yep. Discard that.
Okay.
Oh. Nice
How
color.
oh, yeah. Just not yours. 2.
Apparently,
That's a lot.
everybody's
Everybody's
rolling low.
got 2. 1, 2.
Hey!
Oh, no.
Red
Okay.
disc.
Okay. Red guy gets red disc.
Okay, turn it over. Story time. You're on C, which is a location.
Yes.
All right, so
So it looked like after every reading thing here, you go back to the main menu.
Yes.
Is that if you're going through the e-reader? So
if you're going through the e-reader, you go back to the main menu, or if you're using the paper version that comes with the game, you'd go back to also essentially the main menu, which is the
table
the front of
contents.
the
table
book.
of contents. Yeah. Roll a die for me. It's easier.
3.
Oh, you find buffalo droppings the size of a barn.
That is
It's a huge. Wow. Now are we talking like a mini barn, or are we talking like a barn?
Is a male buffalo?
Well, you get to draw. It says you draw a Chaos Destiny card, so that's not so bad. No, good. Have that one then.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn. Where are you at? You're not on your color. You can draw a Destiny card if you wish.
Me?
Yeah. Okay, yellow.
Draw
Same.
Destiny.
Yep. You pick up a.
I do. I pick one up, and that means I get 2, correct?
And that means you get a twisted tail.
Twisted tail because we're not on the right.
We're not on
scene.
chapter 3. Yeah.
All right. So two twisted, put them in whatever order, and then put the tail on top.
That's
correct.
right.
Okay. Well, it must not have been shuffled well enough, but that's okay. I thought just maybe there's a lot of. Oh my.
What is it?
An insignificant denial that is shattering. 82.
How is that insignificant?
88.
It's 82 actually. The
Okay.
zeros on 6s, so it's 82.
Oh, gotcha.
I believe those luau tracks you've been following were put there by Porter Rockwell. Draw a chaos card. Okay. We're just, and that's it for story, right?
Yep.
Okay. He was the last one to move. But he was the last one to move. He has 2. He's lead.
Pretty coin.
That's right. Pretty coin that I'll buy at the end of this.
You're like so convinced about this.
Just don't want him to forget.
1. Green's move.
2.
You could shortcut and see what that one is. Because otherwise you're hitting blue.
Yeah, I will go ahead and do that, yeah. Yep. Oh,
Look at that. And this is
Alright.
for the game master.
That's right.
5. 1.
It's not very often you get those.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, remember to skip the blank ones.
1, 2, 3.
Should be right next to me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is this a square the itself?
You can count that. To cross that is 1.
Oh,
So it'd be like 1, 2.
Oh, it'll be 1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yay. Boo.
You're the best player on all our teams.
Yes.
I know where you're going. Yep.
All right.
Story time.
Story
time.
So,
We're on D.
correct.
That's a location. Roll a die for me.
5.
Crossing the Father seems to have been a good place for the crossing of the dadgum giant buffalo. Draw a good or chaos destiny card from the deck. Chaos, that'll do. When you're done with these, we'll discard.
Gotcha.
That's the Twisted Tales.
Yeah, the twisted tails, we'll just discard them.
Oh, good call. Yeah, put them over there. Easy to find.
Okay.
Let's see, where were we at?
He was on D. So I have a
And
coin.
he did D.
I did, and pulled mine.
You
I
get
I
your
get
coin.
a coin, which means I have enough
You do.
tokens.
To go to 3.
Epic story
event. It is
Digging it.
chapter 3, scene 3. Pick a 1 to 3.
2.
Wild Bill first retrieved his really, really, really big gun. He called it Minerva, and it was over a mile long with the muzzle as wide as a wagon.
Well, you have to take down giant buffalo.
I mean,
Mile
yeah.
long gun.
What else are you taking down with that, though?
course.
The sun?
He set her up on top of Romana Mason, loaded it using his 20-mule team, and tried to figure out how to aim it since it had no sights on the barrel. In the end, he crossed the canyon and using a prospector's axe, he cut a notch in the sandstone to use as a sight. Having set up his gun, Wild Bill then walked down to the Colorado and started following the river upstream. He hadn't got more than a few miles when there it was. The biggest, most ginormous buffalo ever was. It had eyes that were red like fire and a terrible thunderstorm that followed it wherever it went. And that were charging in his direction. What do you think old Wild Bill did next?
Boots his britches.
A. Yeah, that's D. Knew he could take this critter with his own strength and stubbornness, or B. Believed the gun sight would give Minerva the advantage that he needed to stop this luau.
I would say A.
Sounds like a gun you shoot at states.
Cantankerousness. 4, Chapter 4, Scene 1. There you go. Take 2 Destiny cards.
All right. Thank you.
Let's see. Story to you. You're on not your own. You can take a card. And yellow, you're on C. So that's a location. Roll a die for me.
All right. 2.
Well, Wild Bill thinks it's a rather pretty spot. Nothing happens.
Of course not.
Yep.
It looks like the person with the most story discs now, chapter
That's
discs.
right.
Go on.
Now lead. Roll and move.
Big Don.
Because the board gets smaller as the game progresses, it gets easier to find what you need.
2.
Now I'm talking like this all the time.
There you go.
I like the story.
There's the yeller.
Okay, your move.
What's your deck?
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're just full of possibilities.
The odds are in your favor that you'll turn over something that's your
I was
color
going to say,
now.
if you continue to move forward, you may get lucky enough to turn over a blue. Woo! Or just throw your piece across the table.
That's always my solution.
Right?
My way.
Ah, table
1,
flip.
2, 3, 4, 5. I'll move here. Yellow.
Oh yes, good move. What now?
I'm winning.
Yay!
So, in about a turn, you're going to be guaranteed to turn over a blue.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do.
Sure, that'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
6. That's a lot of possibility. Actually, on locations you don't duel.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Anybody can be on. Any number can be on location. Because otherwise, we could get into a situation where people were just dueling all the time. The game would never end. Uh-oh. You mean we have to
Move 1 less.
Oh. Jeremy just used his, what's it say?
Hinder.
Chaos card. I would like to steal that Hinder Chaos card with Stolen Destiny. Another Chaos card.
And you are moving 1 less.
Yeah, so we'll make sure I did my math right here. Yeah, I'm going to subtract 2 more from it. So now it becomes 5, 3. So 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, nice. Nicely done. Story time. Story time.
You've helped another player again. You're
Good
just a
job,
giver.
Jeremy.
You're not on yours, so you can take a
Down and
Destiny
then
card.
shortcut it over back to where
If
you
you
were.
wish.
What's that?
You can take a Destiny card if you wish.
I would like 1 Destiny
I
card,
don't doubt
please.
that. Okay. And I'm pretty sure you're not on your color.
Can I use another Destiny card?
I don't see why not.
I would like to move to the location of another player.
I think you should, so we meet again.
I dig
That's
it.
what you're going to do to me?
I dig
Roll
it.
it.
Well, the nice thing is...
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you
Are you
want
gonna
to
move?
stay or move?
I'm going to move.
Nicely played, sir.
Yeah, Ragaar just put himself in a situation to move him onto his own colored
It's
disc.
a
Nice.
good game, too. It's about
Random guy that just walked in the room.
I'm on the board.
Okay.
But it wasn't.
And you are on a location.
Yes.
This is how you can use
Actually,
competitive
and
rules
when
to be
you do
cooperative.
that, you go ahead and pick up the disc.
Sweetness.
Because it was on your story face, yeah.
That's right.
To say,
Okay.
Oh.
But does he have an epic story?
He will have, he should have a twisted tail though because he did pick it up. So go ahead and do the twisted tail.
I should have stayed
twisted
there.
one tail.
2
2
twists
twists
and 1 tail.
and 1 tail.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a very sudden.
It'll all make sense.
A sudden disclosure that opens your eyes.
Ooh.
Doubly sudden disclosure.
Roll a die.
Did you... Did,
Roll a die.
Excuse me.
Tracy, did you invent the layout of these cards? Like the twists and that is like I really love
I got a 3.
how they fit together so well.
86?
And it's
86.
definitely an aspect that is not captured in this type of media. So if you're at Gen Con or if you have an opportunity to sit down and play Sojourner Tales, you will understand what I mean when I talk about the two twists in the tail.
Yeah. Are you still planning on having a digital form of the game available for people to print off? Because I know you made that available during the beta testing.
It's still there.
It is still there.
Yeah, if people want to just buy the digital version, download and build their own, they're welcome to do it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, well, Jim Bridger says that Porter Rockwell's been stomping around the Vermilion Cliffs with fake buffalo hoofs.
We noticed that.
What a jerk.
I don't know. Take a Chaos Destiny card and be happy with it. Yellow is on D.
Just keep drawing until I get a chaos.
Yeah, good thing, too. Yeah, because you do not want the cursed card. Or that cursed card. Or that cursed card. Who shuffled this down?
Sorry.
Plotted to destroy Ragaar.
We're going to go through the whole deck now.
There we go.
Yeah, about time. Okay, good.
He literally just flipped like 7
One
cards.
of the non-players should just look through. There you go.
Kerr.
Okay, Yellow, you're on D.
Yes.
Location D. Roll a die.
6, 0.
I'm going to say 6.
Okay. What's the 0 for?
Well, the 0 is for when we do Twisted Tales, 6 always counts as 0. And it's also for advanced gameplay.
Oh, that's
when it's
awful.
necessary. Wow. The Luwop Buffalo has come down to the river to drink it dry. Go to any chapter disc available on the board.
Wow.
So the curses that I picked
Or
up.
mine.
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
I can go
awful.
Yeah.
here.
I was going to say I'm on one too. If you were looking to migrate
The curses that I picked
I'm
up.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You cannot pick up a chapter disc until you get rid of this.
Ooh,
I pick this up?
you do pick that up.
There. Let's
We're on chapter 4 now, and so 3. Now you would do a Twisted Tale.
double twist, single tail.
Why, yes, actually. And what have you got?
An unsettling expose with serious consequences.
Ooh, roll the die.
Dun, dun.
Add the numbers together.
84.
Maybe I should have turned left at the top of the cliff instead of right. It's all right. Should have drawn a chaos or a bad destiny card.
Uh-oh.
Whichever comes first. Oh, good. Yes, much better. And
I feel like I should be concerned that the creator of the game is like, you don't want cursed cards. You didn't want
no.
them. Take my chapter disc. It doesn't
Twisted
match.
Tail.
I'm waiting for the twisted to be
Untwisted?
I guess.
Here, tap 2 of those.
Music's brought to you by the West End down in Indianapolis.
Yeah, are we going to have to get like all of the song
Rights.
titles and?
Yeah.
I got there.
No, because the hotel should own the rights to be able to play the music on public radio.
A significant confession that alters your course.
Oh.
81 plus
I think it's a closed system. It might not be rated.
5,
That's true.
86.
86.
It's just elevator music.
Jim Bridger says, we already knew this, that he's been stomping around the Vermilion Cliffs. Take a chaos card from the deck.
He must be drunk.
He must be drunk. Okay, who's got the... Oh, we've got 333. You're the last one that moved, though.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Hey, chaos card.
Oh, thank you.
The reason that the lead player goes to the person with the most discs is because moving first actually is a disadvantage. Everybody after you then has a chance to knock you off your spot.
I've noticed.
Or
Yeah,
for
that happens.
Or for this game, your high horse.
In this particular game, yes. Board's getting small here.
I do like
Roll.
how speed
3.
game
3.
movement speeds
I'm going to
up.
play Big
Yes.
Leap and add 1 to my...
To subtract 1 to yours.
Aww.
A hindered lead.
Your body was ambitious.
Hey, I'm gonna steal your big leap with my
I was just
stolen destiny.
Exact same thing. So 3 again.
We're still at 3, yes.
That
Doesn't help much.
No. Not even.
Why not? 1, 2, oh, it'll get you to there, but that's as far, yeah.
Yeah. Can't stop in the center.
Now, Tracy,
You could
since
stay
said you
on
could stop at the
Don's
circle
green
in the
and
center,
block
Yeah,
it.
you
then-
can stop in the center.
Can you go to the circle and then back to
stealth.
where you were? As
Subtract
You
two.
can't go down the same.
You can't go down the same
Track
line
2,
twice.
make it
Okay,
1.
I must not have been.
Just a
Alright.
second. Go 1 or 2 less.
I went to 1, so now I don't move at all?
But you can't move. You can't move less than 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm on that, and I found a yellow.
Thank you.
Aye, yay. Green's move.
They're just gunning for you, man.
4.
Two.
1, 2, 3, 4 is not enough to get across.
I'm gonna play Big Leap.
Okay.
Minus 1 or 2.
I'm gonna deflect your -1 and 2.
Oh!
I'm going to re-roll your 4.
Reroll your die.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll get 5. Or 6. I'll take 6.
6, 6.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2,
May
3.
add 1 or 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do it.
There you go.
Strange
It's
how
like
the board's
it's,
designed.
I
for
was
that.
gonna say it's almost like it's cheating when he's with us. I'm not complaining.
Not at all.
Ah, you got your piece out of the deal here.
That's right.
It's me trying to help out. That's what that is.
That's right.
There you go. Blues move. Oh, good one. I know where you're going. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Roll off.
I'm going to teleport. Move to a location of.
So we meet again. You have a lot of those, don't you?
I'll go here.
All right.
We could just land it on the
Yeah.
ground, right?
Any other player.
There'll be a
Oh,
player.
gotcha.
And then we duel.
If you duel and you win, you can choose to
Choose.
move, but you can
2.
move 1 or 2.
I got 3.
You
Deuces.
choose.
Get off my space.
Everybody's happy.
That's right.
See,
Derek.
working together.
Yep.
And Josh.
That's right.
All Derek
Has
has
everybody
to do,
moved?
All Derek has
You
to do
haven't
is roll
moved
a
yet.
2.
Yellow hasn't moved yet. I
Derek,
don't
if
think
Derek
so.
rolls a 3, Derek rolls a 3, he can get there.
That's a 5.
5.
That's not a 3.
1, 2.
3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Yep.
3, 4, 5.
That's the red. He needs the yellow.
Oh.
It's 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, nope.
3.
You can only go clockwise,
Follow
right?
your trail
I
again.
could go
Yeah,
there.
for a
You
second.
could go there.
I think I was half following you
Let me
for a
do that.
second because I was.
Because there's no way I could get to
Yeah.
that. So,
It's not. You know, it's not
You've
going
got
to
to
be.
find one more
You know,
somewhere
it's.
anyway.
You know, it's not going to be a yellow because you have 2 yellows exposed on the board already, and you only need 2
Oh,
more.
that's true.
that's right.
There are no more.
So you might want to go to a location.
Yeah, I think I do.
No.
Hey, if it's competitive, he doesn't want to reveal more for us.
D, and then you can go back to A.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. That puts you actually in a not bad place to get everywhere else. Okay. Story time.
Story. Oh, it's 3. Which
You're not on your
means- Not on my own.
Take a card if you want.
I will.
Curse.
I get my token.
Yep. That takes you to 4.
Which is a
Epic story event.
Does Ragaar get his?
Not yet.
size
4.
Oh.
Chapters 4. Scenes 1. Pick a 1 to 3.
3.
Wild Bill decided that maybe it was best for him to just butt heads with the ornery critter and be done with it. Brigham Young said there weren't anyone more hard-headed than Brother Hickman, and Wild Bill decided he might just include this buffalo as well. Old Bill decided, so just as that charging monster's about to launch him sky high, Wild Bill leaped to the side at the last moment. Roll a die. Again.
Apparently 3.
Apparently, if I add them together, it'd be good. Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. The Luop rushes like an express train past Wild Bill, heedless of the cliff wall ahead of him. Okay. You don't have to give anything back, which is good news. Okay. Chapter 4, Scene 1. Stays where it is.
Aw. There we go.
Twisted tail.
Twisted tail.
Intense, obviously. I do not want a frightening. An intense admission of little apparent use.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah, I put the buffalo prints on the ground.
that's okay. Ooh, okay, 0 is 81.
Little parrot use.
Hold on there, Wild Bill, says the marshal. Where are you riding off to so fast?
Do you not see the gigantic buffalo chasing me?
Roll a die.
4.
Now, go to B.
Go to B.
Yeah, stay there.
Sweet.
Okay. Yellow is on A. Go ahead and roll a die for me there.
1.
He is unimpressed by your 1.
Yeah, I know.
The wagon trail called Lee's Backbone's a lot harder to get down than you thought. Lose a turn. Oh, that's sad.
Back to me.
Yeah.
One
it's
with the
now
mostest.
who's got the mostest. Yep.
Take it
Big
away,
dog
Don.
for green.
4-ish. You're missing a green, aren't
If you go forward, you can go to the one.
Yeah,
next to dirt.
that's where I'm gonna go. Right there next to the yellow. Yippers, that's a red.
Nice try. Lose it.
2. Actually, they're probably all blue.
Well, one's green, we're pretty sure.
Oh, wait a minute. How are you doing that?
1, 2.
Ah.
Okay. Yellow. Oh, too bad. Lose the turn.
Oh,
Come on, red.
Aww.
Come on over here and get this. You could do it
Better than a
in,
fate result?
you could do it in 4.
What's that?
What's a fate result?
Joshy, you could do it in 4.
I know.
Hit that
I have
red.
6 right now.
Take 2 less.
Okay.
What did you roll, Josh?
Great. And
No.
No, that would be fair.
Go back to your yellow where you were. Go back to yellow where you were. Hit C.
Go 1.
1,
Skip to D.
2,
Skip to A.
Oh, okay. 3. Oh, I see what you're
3,
saying.
4. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. 3, 4. Got it.
Yep.
Goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotcha. And
Yep.
You wanted me to kick you away.
and you
Okay.
moved on to it, so
Yeah,
you choose.
Kicking you to the next
Okay, I'll move up forward to 1.
Which actually is a nice thing, is it not?
Yay!
It is. Okay,
Which is Don's 5th token.
that's right.
one. I know.
Roll. Okay, flip it over. Pick it up.
It's no longer epic story time, then.
It is.
Oh, yay.
Oh, it
Because
is.
what
because-
happens
long as you
is,
meet and exceed,
as long
right?
as you meet and exceed.
Excellent.
That's right. And so we're going to do
Epic
this.
story event! 1.
Sorry, did you not like the random audience? No?
Was that an audience?
Yeah, an audience of one.
Up.
Like Darth Vader's death.
Old Wild Bill stood up and faced that low upright as the ginormous buffalo charged once more. Wild Bill stood his ground, and it was a real question at the time just whose head was going to be harder, Wild Bill or that buffalo when they collided.
It's only like 3 stories tall.
Yep. Their impact caused an earthquake, and the shattering of rock started to flow down like a river down towards them both. Now Wild Bill and the buffalo charging down the Colorado with all that rock chasing after them. But in the end, the avalanche caught up with the Buffalo Luop right around where Page, Arizona is today. And buried it there. But nothing could ever catch Wild Bill. The BLM came along about 1957, cemented over the whole thing to make it all pretty. There was a mistake made on the sign that spelled the name of that buffalo backwards when they named the lake. And that's how Wild Bill created Rock Creek Canyon and Lake Powell at the same time. You win.
Yay! That's fun.
Oh no, I think we all win.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
We just got the best tutorial we could have gotten, and it'll be permanently included.
Now, are you going to be
on the
doing
interwebs.
playtests at Gen Con for this, or encouraging playtests?
I am
at least?
certainly encouraging play.
Okay.
Actually, Jamie Chambers is going to be doing some demos
Very
of
cool.
the game. And for us, he's working with Tabletop, and but he loves this game and he wants to show it off a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and arrange some of those.
Yeah, that was
it.
that was right under about, for 4 players. That was about 50 minutes.
Yeah,
Which is a
about
nice
50
length.
minutes. Yeah, it's a really good length.
And despite some of the poor rolls that took place during the game, actually, if you look at the count of the discs that were picked up during the game, it was fairly even in terms of.
At least 3 players were fairly.
Exactly.
I'm going to hand that back to you until they hand it.
Yeah, I managed to catch up right at the end. Losing a turn is pretty powerful.
It really could be. So Don, I gotta ask you, do you have any words of wisdom to leave what I'm now deeming the second episode of today?
Well, since we're kind of splitting this up into 2 parts, I did come up with a new fact for Gen Con 2014. Overall, I would have to say that I hope everybody had a great time listening to us do an actual play with our friend Tracy Hickman on Sojourner Tales. Please check out the game. I'm assuming it's mass production. You should be able to find it at least online.
Well, you can find it at sojournertales.com.
There you go.
Which will not only get you a copy of this incredible game, it will also allow you to download these adventures for your devices from that, and it will get these boxes out of my garage. So
there you go.
Today, is that one available?
the one that we did today, you can actually download right now off of the website in not only in PDF format for printout, but you can also download it in EPUB format and in Kindle Mobi format. So it'll work native to any of those. The EPUB format, of course, will work just fine on your iDevices and
if you download the Kindle app, you should be able to play
read it on anything. Yeah, exactly. So. And all of that's available on the website. You can order it direct from me, and I can get it shipped out to you right away. Like I say, my wife would sure like to get the garage back.
Be able to park her car back in there.
It's parked in the driveway right now. But not only can you get the game there, but you can actually buy a license from us to write your own.
That's very cool.
Derek, Avital.
Well,
we can all write.
We were.
Yes.
I mean, physically, we can all write.
I would like to correct that and say we can try to write.
Okay. Well, no, I mean,
Well, we were concerned. You remember the early days of D&D when everybody was writing their own stuff?
Put your first.
Yeah.
And those were good days. And we want people to use their creativity. We want people to participate and collaborate. So, but at the same time, we understand the value of IP. We understand that you have to protect intellectual property rights and what we wanted to do is to provide a way for people to legitimately write and sell their stories. So we offer a licensing system. You buy a license from us for like $60, $100, whatever it is, and we're going to give you a license to just as many as you want to write for the duration of the license and sell. Please do, and the money goes to you, and we just take the licensing fee. That's all.
That's very cool.
It's a way to get everybody involved. It's great for authors because they can have a game now to go with their book.
Now, out of curiosity, how many words or how many chapters, like, how much work would you say goes into one story?
Well, one of the nice things we're doing now is we're providing template.
Okay.
So the basic game that is right there. I mean, if you really get into it and you want to design your own matrix and your own branching system and all of that, well, that's fine. That'd be awesome. But if you just want to plug in your story into our existing matrix, we just provide you with the template for that. You just put your own put your own in there. I can actually write one of these in about 2 days. On the other hand, if you ask Dr. von Braun how hard it is to put a missile in the air, he's going to tell you, well, it's not rocket science. Well, no, it is rocket science, but that's. But I can write one in about 2 days. The most difficult part I think I have is with the Twisted Tales, because they're 100 entries, and it's like writing 100 community chest cards,
Right.
But they're in 10 sets of 10, so that they go with specific themes like betrayal or discovery. All of that's in the design documents. In fact, we're doing a seminar here at the convention about how to design these stories for those. Yeah,
That's awesome.
but mostly I want to provide a path for people who want to create a game for the system to do so.
You also provide a lot of different seminars on your website often, at least you used to. I don't know if you're are you continuing that trend with the Sojourner Tales, even if those that may hear this after the con, if they're like, oh, we missed out on blah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that, actually. In fact, I'll go home and do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I'm sure you got time for that.
Because, I've got so little to do. I've only got 2 books that are due. Currently, we're about to sell 3 more books. Not only am I working on this project, but we have a new book that's just coming out, Unwept, which is the first in our Nightbird series. I'm writing with my wife, which is a dark gothic fantasy.
Is that the one that you were talking about last year that is kind of like Red Badge of Courage? I remember you
that one is Knights of the Red Band, and I'm working on that one as well.
Okay.
That one's for DAW books. The new book, Unwept, is really dark chocolate, good stuff. First time, actually, we've done anything in horror. And cool. That's on sale here at the convention. And I'm working with Richard Garriott on his Shroud of the Avatar project. He and I have written a novel for that, and it looks like we're going to do 2 more.
Oh wow!
Cool.
So I'm very excited about that happening as well. So as you can see, I have a lot of spare time. The one interesting project actually I'm working on right now is. When I first wrote adventures with my wife, we did an adventure called Rahasya and an adventure called Pharaoh. And those were all in what we call the the Night Ventures series. And we self-published those, we photocopied them, but those were the adventures which got me into TSR. They hired me based on those. There was a 3rd module in that series called Eye of the Dragon, which we never finished. We had done the design work on it, the initial design work on it. We'd even printed covers for it, but we never finished it. And now, thanks to a group of patrons, my wife and I are now finishing that 3rd
very cool.
module.
Wow.
It's interesting because we're only going to produce 30 of them.
Oh, I remember seeing that, yeah.
Yeah. There will only be 30 of them, utilizing the original 30 covers that we have remaining from that. So
Extremely limited run.
it's extremely limited run. These patrons have decided that they want to back that project, and so we are writing an adventure that will end up being a production run of 30. That's turning into a fascinating project. A little, unusual, but a fascinating project for us.
Love it. It's one of those you get and then you run it at a con every year. And
As a matter of fact, tomorrow night I am meeting with the patron backers, and we are going to run it.
That's awesome.
I'm going to run the game for them, at least as much of the design as I've got.
Which system?
First edition.
Nice.
okay, I figured
First
that
edition.
kind of
Thought so, but you gotta ask.
Yeah, not only that, but we're going to great lengths to produce the look of the module as it would have looked at the time. Had it come out. I've picked a font that looks as close to an IBM Selectric as possible, in order to make the look right.
That's
We
awesome.
start bidding for it.
Yeah. They actually they are offering positions on the adventure, on the module. You can actually buy a position in those 30, but it's a fun project.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Well, I would like to, on behalf of the Established Facts, Tracy, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you. I got to explain to my wife why I'm out so
Right.
late.
Well, I saw them came out. I saw
Wife
them.
and
They
daughter
came.
both came
They
in
came
here.
in, and they saw we were having a good time, and then they stepped back out.
Okay.
So I don't think you're in hot water or anything like that. I think they, or at least right now that you know.
I'll let
of.
you know next year.
Not nearly as much as I am.
That's right. That's right. So
I haven't heard this episode yet, so.
and I want to thank all of our additional guests, Matt, Caleb, Avital. Thank you so much for sharing with us about what you're looking for Gen Con, and of course everybody else on the panel. Now, the new established fact for Gen Con, Wednesday night of Gen Con 2014. Whether you are playing Sojourner Tales or another one of your favorite games, just remember, Gen Con makes lives better. Thank you so much, and we hope you have a great con.
Thank you all.
Toodles.
Bye.
Please visit us at www.theestablishedfacts.com and our Facebook page, facebook.com/theestablishedfacts. If you would like to support us by buying some merchandise, visit cafepress.com/castingrobot.
Bonus.